Okay, so a couple of people have asked me to do a video where I look through my entire Doctor Who DVD collection. So this is for you, and quite possibly nobody else. It's not complete. There's still a lot of gaps, but I've probably got about 90% of all the releases. And by the end of my current rewatch, I should hopefully have just about everything. So let's get started with the beginning box set. This consists of An Unearthly Child, the Daleks, and The Edge of Destruction. Okay, that's followed by The Keys of Marinus, The Aztecs, The Centaurites, The Reign of Terror, Planet of Giants, The Dalek Invasion of Earth, and now we have another box set containing The Rescue and the Romans. The Rescue there, and the Romans. After that we have The Web Planet, and this box set containing the Space Museum and the Chase. Space Museum there, and the Chase. Then we have the Time Meddler, and the Ark, and now we have this box set, Earth Story. This originally contained the Gunfighters and the Awakening, which have absolutely nothing in common other than they're both set on Earth, like 90% of all other Doctor Who stories. I filled it with the Gunfighters, and the next story, the War Machines. And then we come to the end of William Hartnell's reign with the 10th Planet. And the first Patrick Troughton story, The Power of the Daleks. Then we have The Underwater Menace, The Moon Base, The Macra Terror, The Faceless Ones, and now we have another box set, the Cybermen, which originally contained 3 Cybermen stories, but I've put them in chronological order, so now we get The Tomb of the Cybermen, The Ice Warriors, and Lost in Time, which doesn't really go here, but it contains all the random episodes that don't really belong anywhere else, so I'm not really sure where to put it. Next we have Fury from the Deep, The Dominators, the Mind Robber, the Invasion, the War Games, the final Patrick Troughton story, and now we have Mannequin Mania, the Autumn box set, which now contains Spearhead from Space, and the next story, the Silurians. The Silurians was also in the box set, but we'll get to that. Next is the Ambassadors of Death. Inferno. The other half of the Mannequin Mania box set, Terror of the Autons. The Mind of Evil. The Claws of Axos. Colony in Space. The Daemons. Day of the Daleks. And now we have the Paladin Tales box set, which now contains the Curse of Paladin and the Sea Devils, which was also in another box set. Next we have the Mutants. And, oh yeah, this is interesting, the Myths and Legends box set. 3 stories which have absolutely nothing in common. But I've filled it with the Time Monster, the 3 Doctors, and Carnival of Monsters. Next we have the Dalek War Box Set, and for once it's actually 2 consecutive stories. Frontier in Space, followed by Planet of the Daleks. Next we have the Green Death, the Time Warrior, and here is where I've put the Unit Files box set, which contains 2 random unit stories that didn't belong anywhere else. Now it contains Invasion of the Dinosaurs and Death to the Daleks. Then we have the Monster of Paladin, Planet of the Spiders, the final John Pertwee story. I think that's the only Doctor where I've got every single story, which is a bit ironic as he's not one of my favourites. Now on to Tom Baker with Robot. The Ark in Space. The Sontaran Experiment, Special Value Edition, which means it's got extras. Genesis of the Daleks, which was voted #1 story ever, and it's still up there, I think. Yeah. Then we have a Cybermen box set, which doesn't have its own title. In it, I have Revenge of the Cybermen and Terror of the Zygons, which is my latest acquisition. I'll be reviewing that next week, and there's a lot of extras on it, so I'm looking forward to going through those. Next we have Planet of Evil, Pyramids of Mars, The Android Invasion, The Hand of Fear, Sarah Jane Smith's final classic story, it says. The Deadly Assassin, The Robots of Death. I think this must have been possibly the first Doctor Who DVD I bought. It certainly looks a lot older than most of the rest. Then it's The Talons of Weng Chiang. Horror of Thang Rock. Now we have the K9 Tales box set. This has the Invisible Enemy, K9's first appearance, as well as K9 and Company. This doesn't actually belong here. This was broadcast a few years later, so I will move it to the appropriate place once I've figured out where in the Doctor Who timeline it goes. Next it's Image of the Fendal, Underworld. I could have sworn this is one I've never seen before, but apparently I own it, so maybe I have. The Invasion of Time. Then we have the Key to Time box set, which I keep in the cupboard because it's so big. I mean, look at this packaging. Woo! So we've got the Ribos operation, the Pirate Planet, the Stones of Blood, the Androids of Tara, the Power of Kroll, compels you, and the Armageddon Factor. Okay, now we have Destiny of the Daleks, City of Death, the Horns of Nimon, I haven't bought Shadow yet. I figure they'll probably have released a new version by the time I get to it. Then we have the Leisure Hive, and the E-Space Trilogy. Full Circle, State of Decay, and Warrior's Gate. It's followed by another trilogy, New Beginnings. This is The Keeper of Charlton, Legopolis, Tom Baker's final story, and Castrovalva, Peter Davison's first story. That's followed by Four to Doomsday, and another box set, Macro Tales. Originally it had Kinder and Snake Dance, but in my version it's got Kinder and The Visitation. Then we have Black Orchid, Earth Shock, and another box set with no name, but it does feature the consecutive stories Time Flight and Arc of Infinity. And this is where I put Snake Dance, which came in the earlier Macro Tales box set. Now we have the Black Guardian trilogy, Mordrin Undead, Terminus, and Enlightenment. And this is where I put the Chameleon Tales box set, which contains the King's Demons, and now it contains the 5 Doctors. Now finally we have the Beneath the Surface box set, which contains several stories from John Pertwee's run, but I couldn't fit the box in until now. Warriors of the Deep, The Awakening, another one I was completely unaware I owned, and Resurrection of the Daleks. Then there's Planet of Fire, and Peter Davison's final story, The Caves of Androzani, which is another one of the earlier DVDs in the range. Now moving on to Colin Baker. For some unaccountable reason, I haven't bought the Twin Dilemma yet. Instead, we start with Attack of the Cybermen. There's Vengeance on Varus, the 2 Doctors, and Revelation of the Daleks. This brings us to the Trial of a Time Lord box set, which features the Mysterious Planet, Mind Warp, Terror of the Vervoids, and the Ultimate Four. Next I've got the Ace Adventures box set, Dragonfire, which is the first Sylvester McCoy story I own, and Remembrance of the Daleks, which has a very bare cover, so that must be one of the earliest ones as well. Next we have the Happiness Patrol. Silver Nemesis. Battlefield. Ghost Light. The Curse of Fenric. And the final Classic Who story, Survival. For the sake of completeness, I'm also going to look through the new Who box sets I've got. Starting with this ridiculous monstrosity, Doctor Who The Complete First Series. I mean, it doesn't need to be this big, it's just insane. Then we have the complete second series. I'm not going to open these up. The complete third series. The complete fourth series. With its fancy cover. Woo, 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 woo. The complete David Tennant specials. Until November, when there's another bunch of David Tennant specials coming out. We're on to Blu-rays now. The complete fifth series. The complete sixth series. And the complete seventh series. And that's all I've got. I think the Peter Capaldi era was on Netflix last time I watched it. It's not there now, so I may well buy the box sets next time I want to see Capaldi. As for Jodie Whittaker's era, I can't imagine ever wanting to see that again. So that's it. I'll put a link in the description to the playlist of all my Doctor Who reviews so far, which is about the first half of these. And if you want to see my reviews of everything from Terror of the Zygons onwards, then please subscribe. And you'll get to see my thoughts on all of those stories as and when I get to them. See you soon.